commander's farewell address. Well, I could say hasta la vista, baby, I guess. Well, I've been a post commander, been a district commander, department vice commander, and for the last year I've been department commander. My opinion is that the toughest job and the most rewarding job is a post commander. And a post commander needs support, needs our support, needs support of the post, needs support of the district, needs support of the department. Because you can make so many things happen in the post. In addition to the programs, the youth programs, you can have Veterans Appreciation Day. You can have parades. You can have banquets. You can have receptions. Receptions are very inexpensive. And I'll guarantee you have people in your community who deserve to be honored with a reception. Whether it's the mayor, it's a school superintendent, it's a fire department, it's a police chief, it's veterans who have done a good job. Bring the folks in the community in there and honor people at the post, because the posts that are active are flourishing. Now here's what happens a lot of times, and you all know this. You'll have a commander, you'll have somebody that comes up with an idea, something they need to do at the post. Pretty soon, that good idea just gets all out of proportion. Everybody has their own idea of how they ought to do it. And in some cases, the post commander just throws up his or her hands and says, I give up. American Legion is a great organization, and it takes support at the post level. Imagine your post and think about these young veterans who have seen all of these horrible things. They've seen their friends killed. They've been shot at by kids. They've been exposed to depleted uranium. Now they walk into your post. Are they going to find a support group? Are they going to come in there and get beat up and go to the hospital? What kind of post have you got? I hope you have a support group. We've been privileged to walk among some giants in this organization. This organization really was founded by Theodore Roosevelt Jr. It's his idea. And he was actually nominated to be the first national commander of the American Legion. And Roosevelt said, if you make me the commander of the American Legion, people are going to see this as a political organization. It won't be good for the American Legion, so he declined. But that's the kind of man who you can consider as our founding father. He did become Assistant Secretary of the Navy, and he was the governor of Puerto Rico and the Governor General of the Philippines, and he was the president of American Express. And then World War II broke out. Theodore Roosevelt Jr. joined the Army again. Well, I could tell you a lot about Roosevelt, but General Omar Bradley, in his later years, was asked one time, what was the most courageous thing you ever saw during your long career? And Omar Bradley, without any hesitation, said it was Ted Roosevelt at Utah Beach. They made a movie where Henry Fonda played Theodore Roosevelt Jr. It's called The Longest Day. Roosevelt posthumously was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor. There are only two recipients of the Medal of Honor, only two, whose fathers were recipients of the Medal of Honor. Theodore Roosevelt Jr., founder of the American Legion, and the five-star general who was born just a a few blocks from here. General Douglas MacArthur. Now, General MacArthur joined the American Legion in the 30s. He joined the Milwaukee Post, where we'll have a national convention next month. And he became a life member, I believe it was 1942, of the American Legion. Those two Medal of Honor recipients, deep ties to the American Legion. My post commander at Post 31 some time ago, Medal of Honor recipient, became Lieutenant Governor of Arkansas, Fitzy Britt. And our beloved brother, Nick Bacon, commander of Post 1. Now, why do these gentlemen associate themselves with the American Legion? They can do anything. They can spend their time anywhere. Why is the American Legion worthy of their time? Because it's a great organization. Great men like Harry Colmary, who sat down at the Mayflower Hotel and wrote the original GI Bill on hotel stationery. The greatest legislation of all time. And yet, in many cases, we're not carrying on the tradition. I could have worked harder. You could have worked harder. If we're going to remain a worthy organization, we're all going to have to work harder. We're going to have to do our part. We're going to have to quit squabbling and bickering over little petty things that don't make any difference. And so we're at I think we're at a crossroads. Are you willing to do what it takes to revitalize your post, to bring your post up to standard, to start doing things, to start being a support for our younger veterans and our older veterans? Can you catch the vision of what the American Legion ought to be, what it can be? I know you can. So it's really been an honor. It's been a humbling experience for me to be your commander. Something I'll never forget. The associations that I've had in the American Legion, I'll never forget. And the privilege to know people like Nick Bacon. So thank you for the opportunity to serve. I know many of you make sacrifices, and a lot of people don't. They don't tell you that. How many of you get a pat on the back every day? And then your members and your executive committees tell you how much they appreciate you. You don't see much of that. But I do appreciate you. I know you can do other things besides the American Legion, but it's a worthy organization, and it's time to roll up our sleeves. We're going to have a new commander soon, new vice commanders. They can't do it by themselves. We're going to have some support. So boost them up there. Give it your best. God bless you.